Good morning, friends. I know it's not my usual 12:12 time for my live video, and I apologize, but I need to shift some things today. I'm going to be watching my best friend's son as he does his senior thesis at 12:12, so I want to be present for that. And I will instead just say a couple things right now. And I know that this is an unusual time for all of you, but I'm grateful to have you joining me, Stacy Essman and Victoria Frazier, and thank you for coming early to our connection here. And thank you, Jackie Lawson. I know it's not my usual time. I'm going to say it again for those just joining, but I also want to just acknowledge that this is a time when we are honoring what we're called to in a given moment. And in this time of 12:12 awareness moments, though it may be a very different time than that, it is wherever the time zone is for you anyway. We acknowledge we're in the fullness of our own divine spirit right here and right now. And time really is not of essence, not of what matters. So those that watch it later, you can watch it at 12:12 instead. Anyway, I'm grateful for each of you, and I would like to acknowledge today, I want to talk about what is life affirming. So welcome Sharon Turnley and Carl All. Glad to have you with us also. And what is life affirming for you today? Are you aware of where you're living into things that are life affirming? I love a musician that I adore and for years worked with out in Arizona. He's in California actually, Mark Stanton Welch, and he still does his music and does a lot of things for our teen programs and different things. But he has a song years ago that he did, I do what gives me life. I do what gives me life. And I want to ask you today, are you doing what gives you life? Are you leaning into what is life affirming for you? What is actually giving and affirming life back to you by your choices in thought, your choices in actions, your choices in beliefs and feelings that you're generating. But to do those things that are life affirming for me, that are really life renewing, because if it's affirming life for me, if it's affirming the truth of my being, and it is taking me into that sacred space within to know that life is living me, that this infinite self, this infinite divine awareness is living in and as me in this moment, then all of a sudden it is natural and easy to do the things that are life affirming, that give us back the feedback that says yes to this divine universe that is affirming that I have everything that I need, that I am fully aligned with the spirit of life, with the truth of life, and life itself is unifying and harmonizing and working with me to bring forth a greater realization of life in each moment. Am I noticing life in every moment? Am I willing to step into and affirm life for myself? And when I think about doing what is life affirming, for me, it may include anything from just centering into the wordlessness, into the infinite, into the divine presence and being quiet in that moment. Or it may be that it's a creative energy that is moving through my words and my thoughts and my actions. Maybe it's dancing like nobody's watching. Maybe it's being out in nature and experiencing the exquisite wonder of nature and its way of expressing. But I get to ask myself, am I doing what is life affirming? Am I living according to that? Am I choosing ways of interacting with the world that are life affirming? Am I affirming life for others? Am I seeing them in their wholeness and their health and their awareness and honoring them in that as well? Welcome, Deb Reichschwam. Glad you're with us as well. And in this moment of choosing to be life affirming in everything I choose, in that the choices that I make, then I find that life affirms back to me the choices in my own thoughts and the choices in my own experience. Am I experiencing things that are life affirming, or am I in fear and separation consciousness that believes somehow I can be separate from life. Because the truth is, we can't be separate from life itself. Life is living us. It is expressing in and as us and through us. Welcome, Miriam. Great to have you with us. And every one of us have the opportunity to decide, am I going to choose those things or even the way I perceive what's here? Because the truth is, we may have things that are required of us to do. And as we are doing things that are even required of us, am I doing it in a way, am I perceiving it in a way that is life affirming, that is choosing life? You know, we get the option at this time to decide, am I living in fear or am I loving every moment because I'm affirming the life that is in this moment, that is coursing through my veins. I'm affirming the breath of life that is breathing me. I have that choice. I have the choice to see that, oh, those things that maybe I have to get done for my work, are they affirming the fact that I have the gift and the ability to bring forth this creative expression, to be the one that is carrying the energy of light and love into the world and affirming that life in what I do every moment. Even if it's something that's required of me, that am I every moment affirming, oh my gosh, I get to give the gift of life because life affirms me in my even being able to be here and do what I'm doing. How great is that? And if we can live in the grace and graciousness of that awareness and begin to affirm the life in us, we begin to notice the life all around us. And we begin to affirm life in everything, because anything that we do, it has life in it. Now, whether we choose to see it is the choice we have, whether we choose to affirm it. But what is life affirming is constantly renewing and revitalizing and bringing forth a greater expression of itself. And in these times, it's easy to get caught into the fear and the doubt and the struggle and the wondering when it's all going to end, or the truth, what's next and what's going to happen to us. You know, we can get into those places where we create unease or dis-ease, discomfort inside our being, rather than the affirming the life that is right here and right now. The only place we can actually live is in this now moment. And this moment of awareness is where our life-affirming energy is living. It is where it is alive in us. If we're caught up in the idea that it's something in the past or it's something in the future, we're no longer in the life-affirming flow of consciousness. Welcome, Julie Fields. Thanks for joining us at this odd time. And so as we say yes to that which is affirming itself, the life that is affirming itself in the now moment, then we get more now moments of life affirming itself through us, through the thoughts that we think, through the beliefs that we hold, through the beliefs are really just repetitive thoughts that we've now bought in and given some kind of substance to because we've repeated them enough that they become a belief. So all I have to do is choose new life-affirming thoughts, and life will continue to affirm and affirm and affirm for me the truth that it is alive and available in this now moment for my choice of how I perceive it, how I receive it, how I give it, how I stay in the flow of that dynamic with it. See, life is dynamic. It is in relationship with everything. And so when we are dynamic in that life-affirming experience, then we're working with that constant movement of energy, but we're choosing it in a way that affirms and vitalizes and revitalizes us in each moment. That, to me, is a sacred gift. It is a gift of life affirming itself, and I get to choose that in this now moment. Wow. What an amazing divine design it is. And when we recognize and experience that and participate at that level, life becomes a joyous wonder, a celebration of experiencing the next and the next and the next thing. And so it is truly a powerful place for us to begin to open to the realization of the beauty and wonder of life affirming itself. Well, welcome Marianne, and welcome both Mariannes, Marianne McBride and Marianne Shepherd. And I love, see, life affirming itself through two Mariannes at once. I love it. See, when we open to what is life giving me back, excuse me, every moment, it's affirming itself. It is moving energy in ways that help us to see there's more to this picture than meets the eye. But I am choosing the life-affirming realizations. And the, yes. The, yes. I often end my prayers instead of, I may say amen, but I end them by saying, yes. And that's because life is affirming itself with a yes continually. Are you allowing the life-affirming yes of your being to express itself in you, through you, as you, in ways that begin to celebrate again and again and again the life that is right here and right now? I am so honored and delighted to be with each one of you, and I know you're out there living into this life affirmation, affirming life in every thought you think and every word you speak to yourself and to others, in the way that you're engaging the dynamic of life. And I am so grateful for that. Welcome, Allison LaMarche Fox, and thank you all for joining me early. You can see me having a great experience with my friend's son as he does his senior thesis today at 12:12. So I'll look forward to, or he'll be in there at noon. I'll be getting to see and experience something that's life affirming. I've known him since he was a sparkle in his parents' eyes, since I got to do their wedding and then see him as he was born and be part of his life throughout. To me, it's life affirming then to experience one another in the midst of those moments that take us to a new experience, to expand our horizons. Isn't that life affirming? For him as a senior to complete this last thing in his senior high school year. And though we're doing it online, it actually turned out to be a blessing. I get to go and hear his senior thesis. How cool is that? And so I want us to just notice today, are you experiencing the life-affirming experience every moment of what's affirming you, and what are you choosing that affirms you? Are you choosing to be creative? Are you choosing to be in alignment with laughter and joy and fun? Or even if you're in pain and suffering in some way, let it be life affirming, because sometimes the depth of that experience reminds us how alive we are and how we have a choice about life. So I honor you each. Let's do what gives us life, what gives life back to the world. As we do that, we will make such a difference for so many in this every moment experience of doing what gives us life, what is life affirming. I love this idea. And I said blessings because I know you are the team that's out there making that kind of difference in the world. And I am grateful for each of you for affirming life and doing what gives you life. God bless you, friends. Have a great, great day. I'll see you at the normal time tomorrow. And thank you for coming and watching me at an earlier time and sharing these awareness moments together. Can you feel? Just take a moment. Feel the life affirming breath in your body. Feel the power of this moment living in you. Whether, like me, you're hearing a plane overhead, life affirming, things are moving on, things are going forward. Whether it's that you're experiencing nature in its beauty and wonder around you. Whether you're just noticing the ways that, you have a choice in this moment to feel that deep inner peace in the midst of it and affirm life is happening and life is always growing in a more beneficial way and more benevolence in the universe to bring forth more life within us. Thank you, life. Thank you, life, for your presence here and now. We are so, so grateful. Blessings, each and every one of you. Have a fabulous day.